So my first question is that, and I know this is a really hard question to ask when an athlete has just finished competing, but it's been quite a while now. So imagine you've had a lot of time to sit on it and think about it. But now looking back, how are you feeling? Genuinely, how are you feeling going into the weekend?
Um, I was excited, to be honest. I was very excited. I haven't competed really in person, virtually or anything I mean, I had done, but hadn't competed in person for almost 3 years. I hadn't any spectators or anything watch me compete, and that was definitely exciting. I didn't really have any anxiety about that. I was like just stoked to be there. Um,
Can I just interrupt you real quick though? When you say
yeah,
excited, like what are you excited about?
I'm excited to test myself side by side with other athletes is basically what I want to do, because that at the end of it, that's also the name of the game, is to test yourself, and if you're in front of them, then you're going to get the outcome that you're there for. Which for me was to take the one of the top two spots. But yeah, like I was excited to be in a competition floor. I was excited to test myself against other people, whether they were superstars or unknowns, it doesn't matter. Um, I was excited to see where I was as well. I've gone through a couple of injuries over the last few years, and like I said, I hadn't performed for 3 years, so I wanted to know if I also was still able to do it. There's definitely some doubts running through my mind that maybe I'm too old to do this now. Maybe the sport's gotten away from me a little bit. I see people on social media and Instagram, and these guys are chucking about a lot of weight or moving around these workouts really fast, and all I see is a leaderboard and their Instagram and their highlight reel. And I was like, fuck, maybe this is like my time. Maybe this is it. Maybe I'm done after this. I don't know really where I sit. So that was definitely something going into it, but I wasn't too scared and nervous about that. I was more excited because I felt my body felt good and my mind felt right going into it. I didn't feel too much anxiety from that side of things. Um,
So
but yeah,
just
I
to
think
clarify, so the excitement is an excitement to test yourself and see what you're really capable of. And I guess
mm,
this is specifically like in a live arena based
yeah,
competition because you've been testing yourself. You'd already tested yourself at this point numerous times throughout the season. You'd obviously had the CrossFit
yeah,
Open quarterfinals, so you knew kind of where you stood. But so one is to test yourself. Um, and the other part is actually like the actual excitement of competing against other people.
yeah,
But can I ask though, like, is there amongst that excitement, is there nerves? Is there anxiety? Is there like a part of you that's scared? Is there a part of you that's doubting, like, should I be doing this shit? Or should I just be
yeah.
staying
There,
at home
there,
coach?
there, there always is. There is. I guess it's like you weigh up the pros and cons of any situation in any decision you ever make in your life. There's always a pro and con to it, or multiple. And in a situation like that, when I was in Korea, stood on the start mat, I think for me the pros so heavily outweighed the cons that I don't even think about the cons at that point anymore. I'm just so excited to be out there. Yes, like I said before, like maybe I'm irrelevant in this sport. Maybe my score is going to be a bottom score out of the 30 to 40 athletes, and I'm going to end up being in the first heat at the end of this. And like, what am I doing here? That's like a huge waste of money. It's a huge waste of people's support and time, and my own time and money and effort. And those are all things that had been going through my head every now and then. Not They weren't consuming me, but I definitely thought about them. Um, but like I said, once I got to Korea and I saw the competition, then when it was being set up and we sat down for our first meeting, I feel like the positive side of my thoughts were so heavily outweighing the negative that I just didn't even think about them anymore.
And what are those pros? Like, what are those pros that you're, saying like, yeah, this is exactly what I should be doing. What are some of those things?
Yeah, I think firstly the way it makes you feel. Like I'm happy when I'm out there. I'm not like fucking dreading stepping on the floor. Like, oh god, like can't believe Ed's forced me to go to competition. It's not like that. It's like I'm happy I've chosen to do it. I feel like this is where I belong. I feel confident in myself. I have self belief. Um, and yeah, I guess a lot of it for me is like having a smile on your face while you're doing it, and enjoying yourself and having it like as a core memory going forward. You know, if I look back and I'm like, fuck, I don't know why I did that. I was stupid. I didn't enjoy that at all. It was a waste of time. You know, even if I, I'm still saying this with the knowledge that I didn't achieve the goal that I wanted, but I'm still saying that I feel happy now. Like retrospectively looking back, I'm still happy that I did it all. I'm still stoked with how I performed in certain workouts and how I went through the weekend. So yeah, I guess it's like a feeling of I almost like a feeling of belonging as well, being within that circle and yeah, being able to do what I love.